Well, we are still in far north Queensland area. So far we've stayed in Cairns, Mosman, Cape Tribulation and Port Douglas. And I've loved every minute of it. You know what I really love about this trip? The smells. So much to sniff and so little time. I really have been doing what I set out to do. Mark new territory. Behind the scenes over the last few months, Glenn had been training in an attempt to beat his mate Chops in the City to Bay 12-kilometre fun run. And he lost yet another bet. Although Glenn lost the bet, he did see some great scenery on the bike rides and runs throughout the trip.
We had the opportunity to get up close and personal with some of the wildlife while we were in Cairns. No, it wasn't a wildlife park, it was our caravan park. Cool Waters Holiday Park. They have it all there, beautiful gardens, camp kitchen, sparkling pool, which I took advantage of more than once. It's also located next to a spectacular creek which our site overlooked. Also a great cafe, and you can book all your tours from there. It's a short walk to a massive dog park which Rusty loved and did a lot of mingling in. There's a great bike and walking trail nearby too. Follows the creek for about 6 kilometres and has some awesome scenery. In all, this park was a perfect place to stay for a few weeks.
My favourite part of Cairns was swimming in the creek in the caravan park. It's not quite deep enough for the big fella though, but it's all about me at the moment, I reckon. After all, the trip was my idea. Port Douglas has been great. So many friends happen to be up here on holiday. Glenn seems to hijack everyone's vacation, whether they like it or not. Sometimes Glenn has to fly back to Adelaide for work. So I get to stay with some great dog lovers while he's away. One of my favourites so far was K9 River Retreat at Caravanning. Us dogs get this whole house to ourselves. Great location right near the river. Talk about spoiled.
I flew back from Adelaide to make sure I was with Russ for his 14th birthday. He couldn't wait for the meat cake I made him, and the presents of course. Rusty loves caravanning, and the only thing he loves better than that is greeting new arrivals. He also loves to find out their story, so we chatted with Lee and Ian for a bit.
We started 1996, we went around Australia with the family when the kids were all small, took 6 months off and went around Australia. It's just fantastic it was. We get away as much as we can, down to Brisbane, down the Gold Coast, Byron Bay, one of our favourite places. You can go right around Australia and it's fantastic, but the big thing about the East Coast is that you don't need to travel far from great spot to great spot. Where when we travel Western Australia, it's great, but it's big drives in between spot to spot, whereas here you just have to drive 1 hour, 2 hours at the most, and you're in another great spot. And the East Coast is just beautiful.
You have got the clothing that you want to wear, and it's here. You don't have to cart it in your suitcases. You get a bit sick of airports, you don't have to worry about that when you have your own van. Being able to cook for yourself is fantastic. I think everyone agrees it's nice to go to restaurants, but after a couple of weeks you miss your own cooking. So it gives you that facility. And it's easy to clean. There's no housework, or very little. So it's just relaxing, and yet you have the home comforts.
Everyone generally is very friendly. I like talking about fishing. So as soon as I see someone who's got a boat or a fishing rod, stuff like that, I'm sort of, go over and
there's
how you going.
Common interest.
All of a sudden, you've got a discussion about what they've been doing, where they've been going. It's great. It's really good. With Jayco, they put together different patterns and different setups. So we wanted a certain size lounge and where it was exactly, and where the TV and all that sort of stuff goes. That's great. You get what you want.
Port Douglas is without doubt our favourite place so far. We had a great routine there. Walk on the beach in the morning, have a coffee and a toasted sandwich at the Lighthouse Cafe, and then off to the van to start a grueling 10-hour workday. It's also a great place to get out to the reef, so I did. I went out there with some friends from Sydney. Yes, I hijacked their family holiday and their photos. Apparently it's one of their best days they've had out here. Really clear, and the coral looks pretty good. Even though I noticed a difference since last time I was out at the reef, it was still an amazing place to visit and the sights were incredible. It's definitely a must-do if you come to Port Douglas.
So that's far north Queensland so far. Remember to follow us if you want to keep up to date with our adventures on Facebook, YouTube and Instagram.